Now we have the WDV method, or the written down value method. Now in this method, how do we calculate the depreciation? Let's see what we have. So we know that compound rate interest is nothing but A is equal to P into 1 plus R raised to T. We can even write it as 1 plus R raised to N, as I mentioned earlier. And WDV will be equal to cost into 1 minus due. This is almost the same as telling A is equal to P into 1 minus R raised to T. Almost draw the parameters, written down value, that is the value at the end of the period, what it costed, there is a scrap value here, this is the scrap value, and this is the original value, into 1 minus the depreciation raised to the number of years, or the number of the life of that particular thing, which is the cost of purchase into 1 minus depreciation rate raised to life of asset. So this is as per the WDV method how we can calculate the depreciation. Let's take an example. Cost of asset is 1,70,000 scrap value. We know scrap value is equal to cost into 1 minus D raised to N. So scrap value is going to be 80,000 is equal to 1,70,000 into 1 minus D raised to 5. So eventually this is going to be 80,000 divided by 1,70,000 is equal to 1 minus D raised to 5. So it's going to be 8 upon 17. So 8 divided by 17. So we get 0.4705,882 and so on and so forth. Now this is 1 minus D raised to 5, which means that 1 minus D itself is fifth root of 0.4705882. Now how do we calculate it? Already we have done. We need to find the fifth root of this. So what is the first step we do? This number is already in your calculator. We press the root sign 12 times. So we press it 12 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we have pressed 12 times. From this, you subtract 1. So we have done two steps. First, we have the number whose fifth root we have to find. So we press 12 times, 2 steps over. Next, we subtract 1 minus 1. And we get a number. Now, after getting this, since we have to find the fifth root, we'll divide by 5. We have to find the seventh root, we divide by 7. So here, we divide by 5, right? Fine. After we divide by 5, we add 1. We add 1. And then we multiply by itself 12 number of times to compensate for finding the square root. So what do? We press the combination of into plus 12 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we're getting, as a result, we get 0.86006 or something to that extent. So you get this as 1 minus D. Hence, we have D as 1 minus 0.86006, which will roughly be 0.14. So depreciation rate is 14% or 0.14. And what is the depreciation amount for 5 years? After that, we can find out. It's going to be depreciation amount is whatever is the amount what is going to be. So we have found out the depreciation rate, which is 0.14. The depreciation amount that is there is going to be 1,70,000 minus 80,000, which is the same as 90,000. And thus we get the depreciation amount and hence the depreciation rate as per WDV method. You just, if you remember, The compound interest formula, it is the same. The only thing that is there is we need to replace the plus by the minus, right?